are made up of a scheme of purposeful difference. And though many have claimed this to be a cause for celebration, there remains a certain scorned cluster, bearers of smudges that tell of mental illness. At Clinic Mediveron, clinical psychiatrist Dr. Philip George treats a steady flux of mental patients daily.
In private practice, the more common conditions that I see is more of depression and anxiety disorders. So it depends. So if it's patients with depression, a lot of their symptoms are related to their mood. So they have a change in their mood, they feel low and down and worthless and useless. And they also have suicidal thoughts. They also have physical symptoms like problems with their sleep and their appetite, and they start losing weight or just feeling lethargic and listless. And then they may have cognitive problems, so they may have problems with remembering, paying attention, making decisions. So that's the typical symptoms with depression. But for anxiety disorders, most of them actually complain of feeling fearful, and then a host of physical anxiety symptoms like their heart beating fast, they have a lump in their throat and they can't swallow, or they're breathless and they are trembling or shaking or sweating excessively or feeling giddy and dizzy. So physical symptoms that are associated with also psychological.
A recent article on the Star newspaper revealed that 40% of Malaysians will suffer from mental health issues in their lifetime. Furthermore, according to Lim, a fear of mental illness runs its insidious currents through the Malaysian populace.
You're looking at something between 30 to 60% of the population is affected by it, but a lot of them are not diagnosed, and some may be fully functioning, even though they're suffering from depression. I have a couple of friends I know who have been seeing a therapist for maybe 2 years now, and they recently decided to open up to me. Okay, this one particular person decided to open up to me. I've been seeing a therapist for the last year. Oh, okay, that's good. And then, so how do you feel about it? See, have you been diagnosed with anything? I don't want to get diagnosed. So how are you going to treat something if you're not diagnosed with it?
Upon interviewing a mental patient that has opted not to be named, we discovered the grueling extent of the prejudices that have seeped into their lives.
They don't. The current company that I'm in, they don't. Yeah, in the past, when they find out, I lose my job. Yeah, I've lost my job many times. I've lost my job about 6 times. But like I said, every time I start a job, I start off, then I work hard. And then sometimes I swing over to the North Pole, and then I become a bit active, a bit too happy. Or then I start having family problems. When I go to the North Pole, I start fighting with my mother and my brother. And then I get very stressed, and then the office, my family will complain to the police. And then they complain to the police that they cannot handle me. Then I get admitted, and the office will find out that I got admitted, and then when they find out that I was taken to disorder, and I lose my job. So that's been the case for the past 6 times. Now, basically, I don't do it. Of course, if I can get a friend or a girlfriend who can support me, I probably might get well faster. I think so. Especially if I can get a girlfriend, because a girlfriend is the best support that a guy can can support me emotionally, maybe I might be in a much better place. To be honest with you, I have not been able to get into any kind of relationship until today. I'm 40 years old now. I started at 18 years old. So for 22 years, I have been unable to get a girlfriend.
My family members, my parents and two of my cousins now. I haven't told my other cousins yet. I do plan to tell them, the ones that I'm close to, because I know they are not judgmental. And my close friends know, yes. And I also tell people that, like I do have one or two friends who have bipolar disorder, they know.
So beyond this
Circle of friends, I don't, because the reason I don't do that is because I don't find that everyone is accepting. I mean, I've actually lost friends before because I told them and they could not understand it.
Although government hospitals have psychiatric units, there are not enough psychologists working in these psychiatric units, and they don't have the same units in smaller areas of the country. So it may be in bigger cities, bigger towns. Most general hospitals have a psychiatric unit, and some of the district hospitals may not. And there may be just a visiting psychiatrist, there may not be a counselor or a psychologist. The taboo about mental health, and that also affects health professionals. So some health professionals feel getting into mental health is not as lucrative or not as glamorous as maybe other disciplines. So right now we only have about 350 psychiatrists for the total population, which is far less than what most developed countries have.
I self-admitted myself to a psych ward 2 years ago. I felt the treatment was more like, we'll lock you up so you won't hurt anyone. Because the doors were locked all the time. We were not allowed freedom to move outside. I might not allowed to go outside for 30 minutes to take in the morning sun, which helps with endorphin and dopamine production. They cannot afford, because they will have to send me out with two medical assistants, MA. So and they only had 2 MAs in the ward. So if the 2 MAs are outside escorting me, who's left to take care of the other patients?
In addition to that, 60% of Malaysians opt to seek magical religious therapy prior to formal psychiatric care.
Things like religious healing or what do you call traditional medicines or what do you call sinobomo, or all those things are more of your alternative therapies. The ideal treatment would be combining medical treatment together with psychological treatment, together with cultural related therapies. So if somebody feels that they will benefit from some religious treatment, we don't disagree with them. We tell them that yes, it would be good for you to try and get that treatment, but combine it together with the other therapies.
I do public talks once in a while. I also do workshops every so often for patients, for caregivers as well. I think the biggest critical thing would be someone on top, someone important enough comes out and says, I am suffering from depression, can we do something about it? Here, we don't have enough people talking like that. Over in more developed, more progressive countries, you would have media personalities talking about it. Stephen Fry came out a few years ago. Russell Brand. The issue is, they talk about it a lot more. Don't limit the conversation. Because if you limit the space for conversation, like you limit physical space for interaction, then you give room for xenophobia to grow. A lot of people, after I do some of my talks, do workshops, I come out publicly. I sometimes wear a sticker that says I have bipolar disorder. Talk to me. And a lot of people say it's very brave for what you do. To me, it's not brave, because there is actually nothing to fear. If we give a lot more avenues for people to get to know themselves, instead of focusing on the external, which is what kind of shirt do I wear, what shoes do I wear, what car I drive, who do I hang out with, I think we would be a lot more honest with ourselves. If you give those avenues, I think that's a good start.
Chances, compassion, the onset of change may just lie among these humble propositions. Beginning with the notion that the mentally ill, in their nursing of difference, are simply